Radhika, tracking the details of this story, joins us live from London at the moment. Radhika, what transpired in court? Break down the details for us.
Nirav Modi appeared via video conferencing, sporting a long beard up to his throat, nearly a bald head, smart casuals dressed, but with a grim look, because with the proceedings that went across in the last 2 years since his arrest in March 2019, exactly about 2 years from now, 2 years ago from today, he had been rejected bail several times, 7 times from this court, 5 times, and 2 times from the High Court. And today, the judgment which went on, the experts that the judge read for about 40 minutes went on to explicitly deny each claim and each charge that Nirav Modi's lawyers made. On human rights grounds, the judge said that he's extremely satisfied that the Indian government and the reassurances that have been made by the Indian authorities with regards to prison safety, with regards to the light, the access to light, the access to good food, the access to medical facilities, including private medical treatment, the access to a bed, a newly decorated bathroom, all of these are in favor of the Indian authorities. And the judge said that he's extremely satisfied that the prison conditions are quite secure to protect Nirav Modi's human rights. With regards to his criminal conspiracy, the judge reiterated several times that he seems that there is reason for Nirav Modi to answer in India. There is reason for Nirav Modi to be extradited to India because the judge here sees a prima facie case. Some of the technical points were very clearly explicated by the judge, including the fact that the pattern with which the letters of undertakings were given by Punjab National Bank between the years 2011 and 2015 were dishonest, including the fact that Nirav Modi apparently made this claim to the Punjab National Bank that he would be returning the sum of 14,000 crore rupees and that he was dealing with legitimate business. The judge here said that there was no reason for him to believe that there was any sincerity with the way the loans were not just procured, but with the way the business was being handled by both Nirav Modi as well as his maternal uncle, Mehul Choksi. Now, the PNB scandal is to the tune of 14,000 crore rupees, which is India's biggest national fraud or a bank fraud. And that's something that authorities here in the UK have taken very seriously. They've also seemed to believe that there is a case where Nirav Modi seems to have threatened key witnesses in this particular matter. And so, again, on those grounds, Nirav Modi was denied any favorable decision by the judge. And the third and the most important reason, which Nirav Modi's lawyers really were hoping will go in his favor, is the claim that Nirav Modi suffers from very serious mental health issues, including depression. Nirav Modi has apparently even expressed suicidal thoughts whilst in prison, in the Wandsworth prison here in London, since the last 2 years. However, the local judge and the local doctors in the prison have reviewed Nirav Modi, have reviewed his mental health issues, and have confirmed to the judge here that there is no reason to believe that there are any immediate threats to Nirav Modi causing any self-harm. And so, on human rights angles, on depression angle, on prison conditions, on the fact that there is a very strong criminal conspiracy and possibility of connivance and a very good reason for Nirav Modi to be tried in India in this investigation, the judge here has granted extradition to Nirav Modi. The judge also said that I'm going to now be sending my decision to the Home Secretary. The decision is going to be made available to all of us in the press via online means. This is going to be running into several pages. But of course, the judge read out only the operational parts, which went on for about 30 minutes. And Nirav Modi patiently listened to the entire judgment with just one stark expression. He just looked straight into the camera, no expression whatsoever, or a change of expression whatsoever. And the final words from the judge were, at the end of his 40-minute reading of the operative parts of his decision summary, was that he is now, per procedure, sending his decision copy to the Home Secretary of the United Kingdom, which means that the ball now is in the Home Secretary's court. She, which is Preeti Patel of Indian origin, who is the Home Minister here in the UK, has 28 days to decide whether Nirav Modi will be extradited or not to India. In most cases, about 95% of the cases, there have been cases where the Home Secretary has rejected what a court may have decided, but in most cases and in all likelihood, the Home Secretary is likely to approve the decision of the Westminster Magistrate Court. Almost a sense of deja vu for me, because this is exactly where 2 years ago Vijay Mallya was extradited. However, it is very, very important to mention here that this doesn't mean that Nirav Modi will immediately be sent to India or he will immediately board a flight. He is now in prison. So what happens next? Nirav Modi continues to remain in remand in the Wandsworth prison where he has been housed for the last 2 years. March 2019 was when he was arrested. Meanwhile, paperwork from the court now goes to the Home Office, to the Home Secretary, who is now given 28 days to decide on whether she will approve this decision of the Westminster Magistrate Court. In all likelihood, per pattern, one can say that it's possible that the Home Secretary will perhaps go with what the judge here says. If that happens, then Nirav Modi has an option to appeal for a permission to appeal in the High Court. He has to be first granted that permission from the High Court. And if the High Court grants him permission to make an appeal, then Nirav Modi will apply for a petition to oppose this extradition. And once the High Court makes this further decision, it could take several months. Even if Nirav Modi loses in the High Court, he still has another option of applying for asylum in the UK, like Vijay Mallya did. And that means that he's buying time. It could take several months, even a year, for that decision to come. And until all of this process goes through, Nirav Modi will still remain in the UK.